Hi, this is Theo from pocketblocks.com. Yesterday my friend Erwin, he passed me a sketchbook to show you and the audience here on my YouTube channel. This sketchbook is called the Perfect Sketchbook. You might remember that I featured the Perfect Sketchbook a few videos ago. That was the original one, which is the small version, almost the palm size. So with the feedback of his supporters, he went ahead to create something much bigger, and I think it's more satisfying to use. Erwin is going to put this sketchbook on the Indiegogo crowdfunding website. So he's actually looking for money to create this sketchbook on a larger quantity. This is the original sketchbook, which is out of print and no longer available. This is the larger one, and it's looking pretty good so far. What I have here is actually the prototype, but I'll show you some of the features. It features a 70% recycled leather. I'm not sure what that really means, but it feels very nice to the touch. And there's a rubber band here. I think that's about all. It's a hardcover, of course, rounded edges. You can choose to have customization if you go through the Indiegogo website. So you can choose to have your name embossed. And in this case, this is not, in the real version you will get your name in gold color. So now there's no gold color here yet. Let me show you what's inside. The paper used is the Fabriano Artistico 200 GSM cold press paper. It's not white, but it's slightly off-white. It's a bit light cream color. This is the color chart that Erwin has drawn on the front page. I like the surface of this paper. It's not too rough, and I think from what I can see, it takes watercolor very well. These are some of his watercolor sketches on this sketchbook. These are the different materials you can use on this particular sketchbook. Let me take a closer look. This is what you can expect with different materials. Here we have watercolor. This is ultramarine, I think, and followed by gouache, acrylic, color pencil, fountain pen, graphite pencil, and charcoal pencil. So if you are going to be using any sort of pencil, note that this paper, this cold press paper, it actually has quite a lot of tooth. So you're going to get all this dry, you're going to get a lot of white showing through. That's something to take note of. And this paper is Fabriano Artistico. It is actually one of my favorite brands of paper. So I really like this a lot. One of the main reasons is it takes, you can use fountain pen and draw on it pretty well. It doesn't give you the dry itch effect that you get from some other paper. Like, for example, in the original Perfect Sketchbook, it uses Saunders paper. I find that when I use fountain pen on that paper, the lines that come out are actually, they look quite dry. But if I use ballpoint pen, roller ballpoint pen, or something with a roller ball, it's okay. But when it comes to fountain pen, the paper is just too dry. So Artistico is really fantastic for pen and ink watercolor. So let's see what we have here. Another painting from Erwin. This is actually a sketch that I drew a few minutes ago. I let the watercolor dry, and now it's appearing as it is. So you can see that my style and Erwin's style is pretty different. I use more saturated colors, and I don't mix them as much in this particular case. What I want to say here is that the colors appear to be very vibrant. For some watercolor paper, they actually dial down your color because of the nature of the watercolor paper. But in this case, I think it still retains the vibrancy of the watercolor, and that is something that I really like about Fabriano Artistico. I use pencil for the lines, and then I applied watercolor over it, and I think it turned out very well. A bit more on the paper. The top and the bottom edges, they are cut straight, but on the side is actually jagged. That means it's a bit rough. Let me zoom in closer for you to see. So these are jagged edges, they are a bit rough, and it really gives a very nice feel to the whole sketchbook. The sketchbook has 56 pages, which is pretty much it's a good number of pages. And then at the end we have a pocket for you to put your stuff. Like I like to put name cards of other artists into the pocket when I'm outdoors sketching. When I meet new artists, they sometimes give me name cards. I like to put them at the back. So this is it. This is the Perfect Sketchbook. I think it's even better than the original Perfect Sketchbook because now it uses Fabriano Artistico paper. I'm a big fan of that paper. It takes watercolor very, very well. This sketchbook is B5 in size, that's 10 by 7 inches, and you can get this sketchbook by supporting Erwin on his Indiegogo page. That's where he will need the funds to create this sketchbook. And you will only be able to get this sketchbook by supporting him. He will not be selling any of the sketchbook outside of the campaign. So if you want to get it there. The price for this sketchbook is about $40 to $50. $40 is for early backers, and early birds you get a $10 discount. So you only get like, he has limited it to 900 people for the early bird discount, and after that you have to pay $10 more extra. So in actual fact, the sketchbook is around $50 US. So is it a bit expensive? I think if you are going to get your own watercolor paper, like those 100% cotton paper, and go and bind it yourself, it comes out to about the same price. I know that because I do that myself. I went to buy my own 100% cotton paper and it comes out to be roughly the same price. So it's expensive, but it's not really, it's not surprising because paper itself is very expensive. So that's all for today's video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comment section below. I'll also get Erwin to answer some of your questions as well. That's all, and have a nice day. I hope you support this project. It's fantastic.